All right, I'm back, TradingView. I was gone for a second, but I'm back. It's been a minute since I posted, so hopefully you aren't mad at me. And this, I'm sure I've lost all traction inside of TradingView's algorithm at this point. But that's beside the point. My whole thing here is not just to get people to follow me, but to help put people in position. And the way that I can do that is by sharing these market reviews. So as always, we're going to start on the top-down analysis, and I'll just delete all this off. Yep, deleting. What are you doing, Connor? You're never going to be able to. It's like, I'm always going to be able to find my way back. When you know how to look at a chart, there's no doubt you won't find your way back. Okay? You never lose your spot. You can mark up 1,000 different charts, 1,000 different ways, and you're always going to be able to figure out, hey, did I have a line here or did I have a line here? It's not even a question when you know how to mark a chart. You just mark it up. All right, so there was this flag that we had when we pushed out. This is our monthly time frame, so it's a higher time frame, obviously, each candle representing 1 month. And you see, we just kind of filled these wicks, pushed a little bit higher. We grabbed some lows down here on this last one here. Boop. And now we are opening up on a new monthly candle. Pretty dope, right? Usually I have to wait a whole month for one of those. That's the last corny joke, I promise. Not gonna keep hitting you with those. We had our weekly markup as well. Let's see. We had a push higher out of this candle, pushed up. We had another candle here. Sorry, that's the Discord channel. And we had another flag here, collected some lows, we pushed higher, and now we're trying to figure out in the market what we want to do. Another way that we could view this is like this right here, kind of an expanding flag. Just a second. Okay, sorry about that. I went to go help the wife get in the house. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw this. It's imperfect. I'm gonna show you kind of some modifications that I made. If you want to see the other modifications more in depth, go back to the last couple posts. I break those down a lot more in depth. As we go down into our daily, we start to see this flag, this pattern forming up a little bit differently. I talked previously about how can you avoid making sure that you're not getting caught into the constant evolving process, right? Where you're constantly moving your trend lines around. Something I talked about pretty in depth. Like it wouldn't be just that. I talked about this actually is a whole different pattern within itself. And I'm going to show that to you here. Instead, it was more this pattern, a flag, and then we had this bit of a pattern here. Geez, my trend lines aren't grabbing today. Sorry about that. Look at this. I know it's not me. There it goes. And now we got to push back above, and it's barely broken above this area. And this is kind of the area right here, all right? Barely got to break above, kind of testing, but there's not a lot of movement. You know, if you're moving outside of an area, like this is the way I see it, okay? If this is our previous area, look how price moved back above it, okay? It didn't just slowly trickle above, okay? Because it would have been this bit of price movement here. Kind of what we're getting now, where it's just kind of slowly breaking above it. Instead, we want to see it impulsively move above an area like this. All right, so let's drag this over here. We want to see something like this. An impulsive move out and then a flag up above to see if we are going to get some type of reversal. We haven't gotten that yet. I talked about why am I leaving my pattern on this expanding flag here. And it's just because I'm keeping these two things in mind, right? I see these, and you're probably asking why I'm left this here, this little bit of price. And I explained that in one of my other videos that it's actually the fulfillment of this area where price began to go down lower. So it really wasn't a big break above this trend line. Okay, this trend line stayed true even up to breaking above, testing, then going higher. So I'm going to keep it, and I'm not going to throw that back on there because this move's already happened. No need in having a bunch of trend lines on my chart. Instead, we're now going to be trying to figure out, okay, well, where does price want to go and how are we going to be looking at it? So we're going to drop down into our 4-hour time frame. And on our 4-hour time frame, it's kind of just choppy, right? There's not a bunch of, look at this. Yeah, it's not really doing a whole much. Price is what you would say indecisive right now, where it's just moving back and forth. It's not really making any new lows. Okay, this would be our new low if we broke this area, right? Now the short-term low would be if we broke this area here. And then the short-term high, I say short-term high, but our new high we'd be looking for is a break above this area. So again, it'd be break below here short-term. And then if we're looking for a long-term, we would need to see a break down below here, then looking for more lows in that area. Look at the price, 2433.301. Actually, let's put that one back on there. I want to keep that. So now, where are we going to go from here? It's a great question. I'm glad that no one asked. I'm going to just fill out a couple patterns here. You know, that'd be a really deep angle for it to fill out. So I'm not going to be looking at that. Let's go ahead and zoom in on price. Now, I do see something here. All right, we have a very valid trend line that's forming. Touch here, touch, touch. Price moved up. Breaking this, okay. And then we get a move out of here. This was actually our trade that I was talking about in this area. But our trade was last night in this area. Okay, it was Friday the 30th. We're obviously September 1st right now. Oh, sorry, September 2nd. So September 1st here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, our trade was actually down here in this area. My apologies. And I'll show you that on a lower time frame. So what would I be looking for before I show you that? Love to see price get down to this area. So once it does get down to this area here, we can determine our next move. I'd love, and let's fix this area real quick. Something I'm taking into factor is we had a near miss in this area, and we haven't had a touch here. Even though that would be the liquidity that was grabbed, it's this area now that we're going to pay attention to see our break. And if you look, it really just forms a bigger flag. You know, we could get some continuation in price. Maybe something like that. To then start to get some movement up to possibly look to take this higher, forming a much larger flag. That'd be what I'd be looking for more. So this bit of price information I just gave would be what I'm looking for into this area. We have a lot of red folders coming out this week. Red folder tomorrow at 9, red folder Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday being the big day. Friday, this is the first Friday of the month, so you have your non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate, and that's usually where you get a ton of your volatility. So since we're in such stagnation right now, it's something I'm going to keep in mind. These other red folders could be the factor that plays into the bigger move of volatility come Friday. So again, not a ton of action happening in the market. I'm going to give you some key advice here, and it's super top secret. You can't share this with anyone whatsoever. But if you don't see a trade, don't force a trade, right? Because the moment that you start forcing a trade, you're not allowing the market to happen naturally, and you're now putting your frame of how the market should move, when really you should just be paying attention to how the market's already moving and adjusting from there on out. Anything else beside that is just going to be pure guesswork, and you just want to stay away from the guessing zone, because again, if you're forcing something, it's because you're not sure where the market actually is heading. So right now, look at this. I mean, price is just ranging, not a ton of information. I might be able to look for scalps, but even then, like, this is just an ugly market right now. I have no problem calling it ugly. I have no problem also walking away, because if there's nothing here for me to trade, then there's nothing here for me to trade. As it is, like, look at this. No thanks. It's just a very ugly range that we're in right now. So I'm happy not taking a trade in this area. I'd rather price give us some type of information before I even look to participate inside the market. Even if that's at the end of the week, I'm okay waiting, because what happens is you want to participate in the market. So you'll take trades Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, you take trades. You start taking all these trades, and then by the end of the week, you've blown your account, you've lost all your money, you've lost all your leverage, and now you can't participate inside the market the way you want to participate in the market. Not only that, but let's take away the risk factor, which is also important, but look at the mindset factor. Where are you mentally now inside of the market if you've now put yourself in a compromising position where you've forced trades now Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? That's just hypothetical if the market doesn't shape up before then. You now have forced your hand. You've put yourself in a bad psychological state where you're not sure which way the market wants to go. And now think about it on a bigger scale. How much trust do you actually have in yourself to participate in the market now? Right? If you've went against your trading plan, you weren't patient, you weren't disciplined, you over leveraged, you didn't take a trade within your plan, and now a trade actually comes along for you to participate inside of that would play out inside of your trading plan, you can't participate in it because you've either blown all your trades for the week, you've lost your leverage, you've blown your account, you're in a bad psychological state, and now the trade does exactly what you think it's going to do, and it goes without you, and you're left sitting on your hands beating yourself up about, a missed trade or a lost trade. So to avoid this, that's why I always say, be patient, wait for the market to show you something. If there's nothing there, simply just walk away. This going back to our bus analogy that I talk about all the time, right? There's going to be more than one bus that leaves the station every single day. And not just every single day, but every week. Let's look on a little bit bigger picture. Don't be so just narrow minded. Look at the bigger picture. How many trades are going to come every week? And I'm a very conservative trader. I might take a trade once to twice a week. Sometimes I won't take a trade for 2 weeks. That's okay. I'm okay with that as well. And the reason I can be patient and sit back a little more is knowing that there's going to be multiple trades that come along, but it's about what's the quality of the trade? Where's the trade at? Right now, we're just floating in this bit of consolidation at the top of a huge trend line, right? This isn't just a small trend line. This trend line is on our weekly time frame. Look at this. Price is on the weekly time frame. I promise you, the market, if it does move in either direction, it's not going to be the first initial push you want to be in. You want to be in the push after that, right? Where you get some actual flag where you aren't just blowing your trading capital, you get to participate inside of a high quality setup. So this is the time where you got to realize that there's more than one bus that's going to come to that train station or that trade station. I don't think I can use that word because that's an actual platform. But you get what I'm saying. Be patient. I promise you're going to appreciate yourself, especially in areas like this. Look at this thing. In the middle of nowhere against a huge area. This just shows price is super indecisive. It doesn't show that it wants to go one direction or another. It shows that traders don't know which way they want to participate. And guess what? If this is showing traders don't know which way to go, here's the bigger thing. The people that actually move the market are moving billions of dollars when they participate in a trade. Billions of dollars. So think about that. If the market's not moving, that means there's not the big moves that are driving the market, and you want to be on the side of the bigger moves, the billions of dollars that are entering the market, and you want to ride on the coattail of these folks. Like right now on the 4-hour, the only trade I do see is on the 4-hour, but even then it's just it's not a high probability trade where there's a lot of validity to it. Look at this. It's in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. This is the top of the box. That's the bottom of the box. I don't know why I keep grabbing this oval. There. All right, boom, now look at it. Where's price at? Nowhere. It's in the middle of the structure at the top of a higher time frame trend line where the market doesn't know where it wants to go. So what are you wanting to do? Wait. I hope I've said that enough times where that actually gets across to you. I'm not looking at these other pairs today. I'm just looking at gold. So there's gold, XAU, USD. Hopefully you enjoyed this markup. Take some stuff away from it, and I will catch you on the next Asia session. Possibly not. We'll see. Until then, hopefully you have a successful trading week. I will probably be a lot more active this week inside of posting, especially with all the red folders that are coming out. So stay tuned. I'll make sure to be publishing ideas actually this week and be a lot better about it. I said you kind of caught me lacking a little bit. I've had a lot going on with getting some things off the ground. So bear with me. Again, go to the TradingView homepage. You'll see all the rest of the ideas. Check those out. A ton of high quality content, especially the past 2 market reviews that I did. I know one of them I posted just purely educational because there's so much good game inside of it. And I'm always dropping stuff like that. So don't miss out on it. Be sure to watch these videos to the end, super in depth, and you're going to get a lot of information out of them. So again, until next time, peace.